Welcome to this wonderful morning and evening somewhere in the world. And Namaste, GK sir. It is very privileged to introduce you today and have conversation with you. It is a really wonderful thing for me. And before we begin our session, let me introduce our guest speaker. Dr. Gopala Krishna is a medical doctor who has started his journey of spiritual science in search of happiness and the truth under the guidance of Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji and specially trained by Grandmaster Paul Vijay Kumar sir. In this journey, he got enlightened and realized that spiritual intellect is the root, physical health is a fruit. He started sharing the same with his patients who approached him for medical treatment. As a part of this, he established spiritual health care centers and maintained them for 10 years in different parts of India. Also offered esteemed spiritual services as to the quality treatment. With the help of senior masters who are trained by him, eventually senior masters who are trained by him are helping in his mission. He strongly advocated the resolution of holistic health through meditation in addition to medication. So today we will welcome you, sir, for this wonderful session. Request you to introduce about your journey in your words.
So thank you very much, Sheetal, and especially the Permanent Meditation Channel English, through PMC English and the Infinity program. And as a part of IFSS, so and through PMC English, a lot of people are getting educated in the spiritual means, and it is playing a pivotal role in spreading the Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement, ideas and mission and benefits and services established by Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji and my beloved Guru in this lifetime. And thank you very much, Shita, for your warm welcome. And yeah, so even I am just thinking today morning, who is going to be there with me the whole day during the session. I am very happy and comfortable with you. So thank you very much, Sharma sir, for drawing me to this platform. Started from my childhood. At the age of 10 years, I used to think a lot. It's a kind of passionate imagination to invent a drug, a pill, which should clear from headache to cancer, and it should not cost a single pie, means a zero cost. So that is the imagination I used to maintain: a single pill, zero cost, headache to cancer. These are the three concrete imaginations I used to have, and they developed in step-up manner. And finally, after completion of my medical degree, I landed in pssm in front of Patriji. And initial 2 years of roller coaster journey to understand the spiritual wisdom and meditation and this inward journey. So, and after that, 10 years of clinical practice and meditation practice put together. I used to work as a medical doctor. Parallelly, I used to teach meditation to the patients who are approaching me for their good health. So after realizing the importance of meditation and the spiritual wisdom, so I renounced the conventional practice and I became a full-time workshop trainer and counselor, spiritual counselor since 2008. And that led to the development of more than 14 countries we are operating now, and near about 1,000 people were trained in this spiritual tablets wisdom, the spiritual cultural programs, and of course the meditation services in the name of meditation sessions, counseling and workshops. Everything is in place and a lot of people are getting benefited. So it acts like an adjuvant initially, but over a period of time, once they go deep into the wisdom part, then clearly they will understand the true reason behind any illness, from headache to cancer. They can understand the reason behind the illness. And once they work on the solution part with the wisdom, then they can completely clear that particular block, knowledge level and energy level permanently. And then they become medicine free, surgery free, and what sorts of problems they hold, physical, mental, social, spiritual, all planes, they can work on themselves. So this is how the journey. So in a nutshell, I can say whatever I thought in my childhood at the age of 10, that came into true. And today I am very happy with my profession, I can say. Even though I become a medical doctor, I am not very satisfied. Of course, it is my dream to become a doctor. But after becoming doctor, there are a lot of gaps in my clinical practice. So now all those gaps were completely covered, and in a holistic way, we are able to give solution to the people. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for explaining me how you started your journey with this intention of like one medicine to all. And then we will take we have a bunch of questions collected from our audience, and we are going to ask those. So let us begin our question and answer session, sir. So we have collected few questions from our audience. The first question I wanted to ask is like, yes, we are practicing meditation, but we are not able to inspire our family members and friends. So, but we want to teach meditation to everyone. So, what is the best suggestion you can give it to them?
So the real answer behind involving the family members to a certain extent is like applying the law of attraction with the family members, because in every lifetime we choose our relationship to learn something from them. It's a mutual journey. So one can identify the positive qualities and the negative qualities that the family members, the near and dear ones, hold. And we have to develop the same qualities within us. Whatever the ugly part that we have observed, we have to omit that, make it zero. And whatever the best qualities we have seen, that we need to adopt. Sometimes they may not be into meditation, but they are into great service. So we have to adopt that particular service quality from them. The more we adopt that particular service quality, and there we are trying to make a bridge between the two consciousness. So that's why, especially with the family members, the more we are patient and learning the qualities. In the first hand, it is the qualities that we need to learn. And after some days, we need to apply that give and take phenomenon. What best we can give to them and what best we can take from them. So here, the giving means not the monetary giving, I mean to say. It's like what best we can do for their soul evolution, directly or indirectly. Sometimes they may not take from us directly, but indirectly we can create an environment so that slowly the soul will nourished. So indirectly we can do for their own um, spiritual growth. That is what they give. Taking, of course, whatever the best they give, it can be a monetary aspect, or they may be allowing us to do whatever the best we want to do. That opportunity we have to utilize. The more we use the freedom from them, and the more we spend in spirituality, that will automatically increase the energy in the house, and then slowly people may come into meditation. So all these 4 steps, applying law of attraction and working on the qualities, after that working on give and take in a spiritual way, both direct and indirect manner, all these steps will reach to a certain point where our efforts on the family members will complete after reaching a point. After that, it's like once in 6 months or once in a year, again, we need to knock the door. We don't know. Initially, maybe 1 or 2 people will come into spirituality, into meditation, but after the rest of the people may not come. But every 6 months, 1 year, if you knock the door, the situations and the environment may change, and their challenges automatically allow them to come into meditation. And after reaching a point, it's like just carrying. We cannot expect each and every family member to come into meditation. Even that is also there. That is what the Patriji always says. My own brother was not came into meditation in spite of a lot of trials. At one point, almost he left here. So that's why it's based on the soul evolution at the end of the day. So according to the pre-birth plan, one may not come into the actual spiritual reality the entire lifetime. Of course, every soul is learning some or the other way. They may not be apparently into meditation and spirituality, but they may be learning in their own ways in the material plane. So these are all the different steps we need to consider. And according to my life, my own experience, my whole family members are into meditation. A big dhyana kutumbu, I can say. A lot of efforts I made for that. It took around 8 years for me, for all the family members into meditation. So it's not a single day job. So, and at the same time, even though we are smarter, we cannot say that everyone will come into meditation. Exceptionally, um, we need to just carry them the whole life because they gave us a very good platform. Yeah, still we are fine. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful, sir. Please do watch online in PMC channels about Sir's family and their introduction. Like, it's a very big family with the many meditators in the house. Is always like blessed to see like how the process is happening there. And thank you so much, GK sir, for inspiring many of your family members and many people. And I have another question from our masters that what is the significance of having guru, and what is your the learning from Patriji, that one main learning which inspired you to teach meditation? And another is, you mentioned in the introduction, Dr. Paul sir, and from him, like, what is the biggest thing you have learned? So two things, if you can explain, that will be great, sir. What inspired you?
Yeah, it's a big question. So, yeah, see, regarding the word guru, the teacher, influence of the teacher in a lifetime, I have my own practical observation and definitions for that. We all learn from Patriji. Breath is our guru. That is a standard definition. But because I worked with so many patients, we call it as PZ, patient God. I'm comfortable in that way. When they carry certain amount of laziness or fear or different sorts of negative soul feelings, then only they become patients. So carrying some physical reminders. I call the disease here as a physical reminder. So when I worked with them, I have observed 3 phases. This is one of the 3 spiritual tablets concept, which we use in our regular clinical practice while counseling. The labor phase, accountant phase, and officer state. So initially the labor phase means the coolie, where the initial phase of meditation, one need not have any guru. So they keep on working in different techniques and different wisdoms. They go to different masters. They keep on wandering from one place to other place. Wherever they are not comfortable, whenever the soul growth has reached to a certain extent, and obviously it will stop at one point based on the organization values, and immediately they are suffocated. From there again, they'll go to some other place. So they keep wandering from person to person, organization to organization, philosophy to philosophy. This is called the labor phase. It may look odd, to compare with it, but it is the fact. So like a labor, daily labor, he keeps rotating from one organization to another. Wherever he feel comfortable, they work. Unko, if he is not comfortable with the work, immediately he will leave and he will go to some other place. So by working in this labor phase, where we don't have any particular guru, both internally or externally, whatever, still they learn up to 60%. Out of 100, say up to 60% wisdom they will attain. So once they attain a particular amount of wisdom, then they will understand, if I keep on wandering from one place to other place, one philosophy to other philosophy, I may not get into the actual wisdom. So one day they will get the doubt. And by the time, they will get their own internal intuitive guidance. Or they may attach to a particular master in person. So either external guru, in person, one master can teach them, or internally, they may tune to their dreams or third-day experiences or day-to-day coincidences. If they are very voracious book readers, in the books, they will get a lot of wisdom, or the day-to-day analysis. If at all these things, at least the disease on their physical body, it is ready to teach them, provided if they ask that particular body part or the illness, hey, why you came onto my body? Why you are giving me suffering? Then it will teach. Every cell can talk to you. Every organ in your body will talk to you in your meditation, and it will teach why it came onto the body as a reminder. So that's why in the second phase, the accountant phase, they will tune to either an external in-person, a guru, a teacher who can teach them a lot, or they may tune to their internal experiences. For me, it is as equal to as the external guru, the internal experiences. One can listen to their inner calling or the bell or the intuitive guidance in the second phase, the accountant phase, where they have to be accountable for all their actions. I mean to say their thoughts, their speech, and their deeds. For everything they have to be accountable. That is what we do with the physical guru as well. Whenever we are working, operating with the in-person guru, we completely surrender to them. Every thought, every action, he will watch, and he will keep correcting us at every phase. That is how we will be tamed to a point from 60% of the wisdom up until 95 or 99 we reach. This is the second phase, accountant phase. Like an accountant who is answerable for all the inflow of the money and for the expenditure. Whether the business runs in failure or success, it is not material. It is a material, but he has to accountable for each and every pie coming in and going out. So similarly, for every action, we have to be accountable. In comparison to the labor phase, we may not be accountable to each and everything there. We keep wandering wherever we don't like. But here, we stop there and we look at our all internal negative feelings, sorts of, either through the external help or guru help or the teacher help or internal guidance. The third thing is becoming an officer, means we take the reins into our hands. Now we start, going in our own chariot. There won't be any guru, external guru. We observe each and everything and we make our own decisions. And in fact, we become God. That is the third phase. So whatever this teacher concept or guru concept will come in the second level always for any person in their course of journey. It can be an in-person guru or the internal experiences. So in my life, yes, I am very happy and I am fortunate to have the Guru Brahmarshi Patriji in person in my life. The day one when I started meditation, within 10 days, I met him in Kurnool in the year 1995 in Buddha Purnima program. And since then, more or less 3 years, I was with him. And parallelly, we learned a lot from Paul Vijay Kumar, who is a mentor for a doctors group. So if you specifically ask me, the most important lesson from Paul, when we used to be with him for 2 days in Kurnool, as a group of doctors, we used to go there, medicos, and we used to spend with him. Sometimes he don't used to teach anything. We just boost, we just gather and discuss and meditate in pyramid and travel here and there. And after 2 days time, while just leaving the bus stand, so we just leaving. So I asked him, 2 days we are with you, you never taught anything. He's like a Zen master, I can say. So he said, a person really do something, he never say a word. So I am not saying any word means I am doing something. This is what he said. That's all. A person who is a doer, he never utter any word. Okay, in Telugu, we call it as called చేసేవాడు ఎప్పుడు చెప్పడు పోరా. The person who do something, he never say a word. That is what just simply he said. And we get into the bus and we are pondering on it. What he say, a person who do something, he won't say a word. Straight away, he jump into the activity and he will start doing the things. So from that day onwards, it took around 2 months for us to implement the truth in our day-to-day life. Whenever we want to say something, we have to stop there. Hey, is it really necessary to say this word? Or straight away I can jump into action? And really, more than 80% of the times in day-to-day life, we are unnecessarily opening our mouth and telling things to people without even implementing those things in our own life. So after practicing it, most of my words were, become limited. So whenever something pops in mind, straight away jump into action and just do it. All the three states, learner, teacher, and doer. The doer state, if you stand in the doer state, the rest of the two things automatically will be taken care. So that is the best lesson I learned from him. And then, of course, with Patriji, a lot of concepts which I kept in spiritual tablet. The first 30% of the concepts were from Patriji, from Tulsi Dalam, and from all the books he used to teach. From all those concepts, one concept like Yoga Parampara, the 5 states of the soul journey, initially into Karma Yoga, the roti, kapda, makan, the food, shelter, and clothing. And after that, knowledge path, the Jnana Yoga. And after that, Raja Yoga, means meditation. And then again, the Jnana Yoga and Raja Yoga in the level 2. So these 5 levels, every soul when enter into this earth plane will go through all these phases. Accordingly, the infant, baby, until the enlightened soul, the soul levels also will be catered according to these levels. So this concept acted like a spiritual pathology for me to work on a number of illnesses, I can say, especially the shoulder illness, neck illnesses, any hand-related problems. I apply this give and take concept, drawing from this Yoga Parampara concept, 5 levels of soul's journey. So like that, so many spiritual concepts, when we travel with him, we used to learn. And most of our initial days of journey was with Paul. And after that, one, we are ready. Then slowly we moved on to Patriji and I traveled with him. When my inner calling started, then after that, my individual journey started with the spiritual tablets, of course, now with the spiritual culture programs with Ananda Brahma. In USA, it is called Blissful Arts Academy. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much. You explained very deep concepts in such a simple manner. Thank you for sharing your friendship and knowledge of gurus with us. And we have another question here, like why one can do service after coming into meditation?
Yeah. See, the first and foremost thing here, whenever we say the service, one should not go into a wrong impression that if we take it as a spiritual science, okay, considering the spiritual science, it is not that we are doing something to others. It is what we are doing for ourselves. First, we have to understand the basic fact of it. And then doing service will happen in 3 states. Before understanding the 3 states, one has to understand the 4 major words of Vedas. The first one, Prajnanam, Brahma. Pra means Vishesha. Brahma means God. Prajnanam. Jnanam means wisdom. The spiritual wisdom is nothing but God. So whenever you say God, it is nothing but the spiritual wisdom. Prajnanam. So first one has to understand this. For a layman who is not into spiritual reality, for him the God is an idol or a photo or whatever. The person who study the God as a spiritual science, then he will understand from the Vedas, Prajnanam Brahma. So when one study that wisdom and start meditation over a period of time, he will realize the second word, Aham Brahmasmi, I am God. So once you understand that you are God with the ECW, energy, consciousness, and wisdom triad, then the next step is Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. The matter around you, the mental kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, human kingdom, put together the whole universe, at least in the earth plane, as long as on this earth, in the physical body, the matter around you is nothing but the ECW. It is also godliness. So to realize everything around you is God, one has to travel from individual God to that group God. So in this process, we realized, so now we need to make the others to realize that they are also God. So in this process, expanding our individual consciousness into a group consciousness, we make the other person to come into enlightened state. That is what Patriji says. When he realized that he is God, in split second, he felt like ran away from the home and to go to Himalayas, escape from this mundane world. There is no work for me. There is nothing here. Everything is energy. I am there everywhere. So there is no fun of living in this material world and in the family life. The moment he got that thought, in a split second, again he realized, if I am God, what about the rest of the people? They are all into suffering. So my immediate task will be make the other people also realize the same. Then they will come out of that illusion and they also will be happy like me. They also become all knowers like me. They also will realize the true kingdom, which is there within us, the real God. They also will realize. In split second, he understood, and then he started his mission with 3 do's and 3 don'ts. Dhyana, Swadhyaya, Sajjana, Sangati, meditation, reading spiritual books, and sharing of spiritual experiences. 3 do's. With that, he started. So that's why here, as a part of his expansion from individual God to the community God, one has to get into this service stuff. It looks like service, giving the wisdom or giving meditation or making the people to realize into plant-based diet, whatever the means that we follow, is only to expanding our consciousness from individual level to group level. Stepping into the third Mahavakya. After that, Tatvamasi, I am that. After reaching a point, whatever the action you do, each and every moment you do is only to tell the other person that, I am God and you are also God. That's it. Becoming a full-timer, I can say. So that's why here the service term comes only to step up from individual consciousness to group consciousness or individual level of God to group level of God. And for that, again, there are 3 stages. That is what earlier I am telling: social service, spiritual service, and spiritual science service. The Pyramid Spiritual Society movement is landmark for spiritual science service, not like the temporary service, like the giving clothing or food or shelter to the people, education for a lifetime support. It will teach meditation. It will give righteous way of eating habits, righteous of thinking habits, righteous way of relationships, understanding the purpose of life, opening their third eye. In these areas, it will train the people, and that is how we cater our spiritual science service and make the other people to realize their internal God. So here, service is a way of stepping a process, becoming more enlightened. Yeah.
Wow. Wonderful, sir. Thank you for explaining those 4 stages. And then, yes, of course, from that simple service, what we can achieve, you explained in a very beautiful manner. And there is one more question, sir. Like as you explained, right, what is the importance of plant-based diet? So like some people are saying that, you know, it is enough to follow the vegetarianism. Some people are saying that becoming a plant-based or fruitarian or whatnot, right? So from why one must think of plant-based diet in this time, in this time now, than the vegetarian.
See, initially, when I'm working as a medical doctor, I used to talk about all the protein, carbohydrate, all this stuff. But now I want to say only single word: by Lord Buddha, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. Among all the truths, non-violence is the best truth one has to adopt. And if you listen to Linda Goodman, the spiritual scientist, for her lifetime work, she released one has to become vegetarian from non-violence diet. Violence diet, one has to become vegetarian. From vegetarian, one should become fruitarian. From the fruitarian, eventual vegetarian. So this is the order she has given to us. She's a third eye master, of course. So one has to understand the sattvic food. That is how the best we can extract from this BMS complex, body, mind, soul complex. To extract the best, every vehicle has got its own fuel. Similarly, this BMS complex has the best fuel, eventual vegetarian and fruitarian. And before that, of course, the plant-based diet is the best thing to adopt to extract more happiness and more energetic life, more peacefulness, more healthy state, all sorts of happiness that we need. That is the best fuel we can say based on the enlightened spiritual scientists' words. One has to follow it. Different kinds of experiences I faced when I'm working with my PGs. So initially, once they kept into meditation, in meditation itself, they will realize how best the body is reacting with a violence food and non-violence food. So that is how slowly over a period of time they will adapt. So for me, now the people will, after becoming vegetarians and after doing meditation, they will come to me. So that's why it's a very basic question to answer. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful.
But being a doctor, yes, I have to. Yeah.
Yes. So your one statement explained everything, sir. So why one must become non-violence to vegetarian person and plant-based and fruitarian to breatharian is ahimsa paramo dharma. It explains in all kingdoms phase, sir. Thank you so much. And there is one more question, sir. So we all practicing meditation comfortably at home under the pyramids. Why we must bring the community pyramids into our surroundings? That is a question they're asking.
Yeah. So community pyramids are very important in a way that, see, we are promoting and we are emphasizing on group meditation, full moon meditation, and of course the pyramid energy is there anyway. One can use the individual pyramids at their home, smaller ones, but whenever we want to participate in larger number in a community, in a group, because the group meditation will support in such a way that it will create an energy tunnel where a lot of higher beings help can be taken during that period. Being a medical doctor, if you ask me that, whenever there are certain, we are dealing with certain surgical problems where the astral surgery is the only solution, when the individual preparation is completed, then if they participate in group meditations, so during group meditations, more number of chances to get healed through that astral surgery. So that's why for most of the surgical cases, whomsoever comes to us, we write that a regular practice to participate in group meditations, especially during Dhyanama Chakras, the major events that we are conducting. So if we have the community pyramid, during full moon days, all the people can gather and they can participate in group meditation. So that group energy will create a portal through which we can communicate with the higher beings and we can get the support of the higher beings to get healed. From the doctor perspective, I can say. And at the same time, whenever we have that community pyramid, it has got its own aura. So in that vicinity, in its electromagnetic field, whatever that energetic field, automatically make the environments completely calm and peaceful. And there are so many experiments like in Andhra Pradesh, in South India, they keep pyramids on the roads, in between the roads in the median, they keep the pyramids. And clearly they identified that the number of accidents were reduced after keeping the pyramids in the median of the roads, the middle part of the roads. So that auric influence, the energy influence automatically reduce the accident, means that is how to reduce the chaos that is there in the community today in the name of so many things that are happening. These community pyramids, they will create an energy field. Automatically the area becomes completely spiritual, calmer, and all sorts of violence automatically will go away. And we can create that divine kingdom. We can bring the divine kingdom over there. Starting from the health benefits because of that group energy, all the community needs can be served there. So whenever people are individually doing, a group of people, then they can set up a community pyramid. And during full moon days, they can gather and they can do group meditation. Every day in the morning walk, people can go there and they can do group meditation in the morning and evening. And so there are plenty of benefits with that. So that's why PSSM exclusively promoting these community pyramids. And I'm very happy and proud to say that I worked for that Mulund pyramid in Mumbai. Behind that Mulund pyramid, I worked very hard for a period of 8 months. And in a public park, we brought that Devjot pyramid. And today, hundreds of people are gathering regularly and they are doing meditation. And similarly in Kolkata, in South Kolkata, we built 2 pyramids in the park. So everywhere, wherever I go, there I try to work for that pyramids. Yeah, public pyramids.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. You explained that how important are pyramids now in this time. So yes, we are practicing at home, but having the community pyramid is going to definitely help not only us but surroundings. So thank you so much for that answer, sir. So there is a one more question asking that why mass meditations are important. Do we really need to take a part in that, or what are the biggest transformation we can experience? These are asked by our some of our new meditators also as senior masters, like Dhyana Mahachakras or summits and all. So
Yeah.
why one must should go there?
Yeah, it's more or less similar to the answer I gave for the community pyramid, I can say. But at the same time, all these three cardinal principles of PSSM, like doing meditation, Swadhyaya, and Sajjana Sangatya, sharing of spiritual experiences. For all these three things, that is the real platform where a group of people will gather and do group meditations to create that energy. And then similarly, wisdom can be shared by eminent masters, kind of, whether it can be a book club or a master can share their entire life journey. And a lot of questions will be answered, because there are different levels of souls are gathering at one place. There will be a universal setting in such a way that we meet the like-minded people, masters, and all our questions will be completely answered during that 3 days or 5 days or 11 days of time. And with a complete answers, again, we go back home, and then again, we will start working at individual level. So there is a component of individual journey and a group journey, individual consciousness and group consciousness. When we are working as an individual at home, we do our self practices, and then a lot of questions will arise. Some will be answered in our day-to-day gatherings and masters who are coming to us. But certain times, once in a year, when we spend in that 3 days or 1 week or 11 days of group gatherings, that mass meditation programs, there the real group consciousness will operate. At individual level, you may be operating in 90% or 10%. But when you are coming into the group, there is a common average of 60% will be maintained there. So the 10% person automatically will raise it to 60 during that group mass meditation sessions. And the person who is operating at 90 may be a kind of ego that will automatically comes down to 60. And in other words, in a positive sense, we can say they will serve better to the people to drag this 10 to 60. So they can reduce themselves because they are zero masters. They are so humble. They never mind to raise, to down themselves to 60. So this mechanism as a hidden pathway, it will happen during that mass meditation session. So automatically the average consciousness will support the higher ones to serve best to the 60. And the 10 people will automatically go to the 60. So the common average consciousness in the group energy during mass meditations will solve everyone's desire and need. And apart from this, during this mass meditation sessions, usually whenever we are doing at individual level practice, to attain certain experiences, we need an environment. We need certain energies. As a medical doctor, if you ask me to operate on the heart, I cannot do it at my home. I need a cath lab which costs around 20 crores today, and a 20-year senior master should, professional doctor should be there. And the patient also is ready to die and he has to give 5 lakh rupee money. If all these things are meeting, means then only we can open the heart and we can do some surgery on it. So similarly, to get certain experiences, like whether you call it as a oneness experience or blissful experiences, or whatever the answers, you are not getting at home, you are unable to look into your past or future, or some black patches in you, to open those areas, the individual level, the home, the energies where you are operating at your home, maybe everybody is not into meditation, maybe your home is still into non-vegetarian diet. If the violence is continuing, we cannot expect a certain amount of energies at home. So those people, if they delve into that 1 week or 3 days or 11 days of mass meditation sessions, they will touch that energies, the higher energies, and the torchlight will automatically cooperate with them, and then they can look into themselves, and whatever the answers they are not getting at home, there is every chance to get certain answers in these mass meditation sessions. So that's why it is very, very important for the mundane people. Every year they will go for a holiday for 1 week or 10 days. Similarly, for the spiritual people, once in a year, whether it is 3 days or 11 days, they have to participate in mass meditations, and that is where they can make their 1 year soul program also. This is another important point, during which they can project for the whole year what best I can do at individual level and the group level to expand my consciousness. They have to make a 1 year soul program. So that is where the energy also support, the masters are also there, so they can project a 1 year soul program. That is what really set your festival energy, and the birthday, all the 1 year ceremonies can be very happy, provided if you set your 1 year soul program during these mass meditation sessions. That is what even I do. I realized this 10, 12 years ago. Since then onwards, I never lose the opportunity of that mass meditation gatherings. Whatever the best I can share, I'll share. And that is where I will shut down all my external things. And I try to project myself for the next upcoming 1 year, what best I can do in the next 1 year for the entire globe. And with that program, again, I'll start my journey in a zero state. Every year we have to refresh that 1 year soul program. So these are all some benefits we can say during these mass meditation sessions. That is how it is evolved over a period of time. It's a great formula by Patriji. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you said you already explained, but you came up with so many wonderful concepts, sir. Like how like in new meditators are getting benefit, and how senior masters are coming down to work from the 60% of the time. So that is really amazing. Because sometimes what happens is we think we are already doing so much work, and that we don't realize that we have to decrease ourselves in order to reach to the common people. It is really wonderfully explained. And also you said how expensive, if you think from the materialistic side, how expensive is that the environment is built with. Like you gave that heart operation example. Of course, a lot of transformation happens. And thank you for being in many places, sir. Like, even last year you were there for the Dhyanamaha Chakra, which happened in USA Meditation Summit. I was so surprised to see your presence, because from your busy time, you have taken time to come to USA all the way from UK to just be part of it, and then to support us. Really wonderful. Thank you so much, and gratitude to you, sir. And I think we are almost done with the questions.
Yeah, and this
Yes,
year also I'm coming. I'm happy to say that coming year also, so this year in August, I'll be in Raleigh to participate in
excellent.
that fest. And it's a welcome note for all the audience. I can see a lot of audience here across the globe. So we are conducting Buddha Purnima, another 3-day gathering in Germany. So Ramesh and Madhu, they are taking major part. And then with PIDA and PMF UK, all the PMC channels of Europe put together, we are conducting a 3-day program in Germany. So that is where I'm going to make my annual soul program. Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for the lovely invitation, and thank you for letting us know that you are coming to MMS here in Raleigh. And so with this note, we have no questions, sir, but we would like to hear the progress in UK. I know you are the master. Wherever you go, the pyramids will come, and then many masters will come, and a lot of transformation happens. So we would like to hear what is happening in UK, and then we can close the session.
Yeah. So someone asking the Blissful Arts Academy, it is one of the project led by Patriji. Initially he used to say Enjoyment Science Academy, Ananda Brahma. I mean, spiritual culture. Through spiritual culture programs, we try to reach people, and meditators should become artists, then artists should become meditators. So that is the major agenda. Learning from 3 goddesses, abundance, Lakshmi, and Parvati for to learn meditation and energy, and then Saraswati for arts. So learning from all the 3 goddesses. So that is the key takeaway. So in East Coast, it is called Blissful Arts Academy. So in different areas, people are reaching the masses with that spiritual cultural programs. Yeah. So in United Kingdom, yes, through Breath Meditation Foundation UK, a lot of meditation programs regularly we are conducting. And currently a 40-day no death session is going on I'm happy that Sheetal also addressed in that session and Srikanth also came. And a lot of masters are coming and giving their, oration on death in and around death. So Patriji, through Sharda Master, he gave the great message, and then a lot of masters are gracing Europe now. And so currently I am focusing more on pyramid meditation channels across Europe. So PMC channel, France, Germany, Netherlands, and Portugal. So all these channels, step by step, we are trying to operate, and through which we are trying to translate Patriji wisdom into those channels, and then we are trying to develop it. And very shortly, we are going to start PMC UK office as well, somewhere near to the BBC here. I'm happy to announce that, and through which we are trying to telecast all the PSSM principles. And through PIDA, Pyramid Yoga and Dance Academy also, all the activities are happening in northwest of UK, in and around Manchester. And very beautiful team working across UK and Europe. So I'm fortunate to join with the existing masters over here. And thank you very much for giving this great opportunity for the PMC English and Infinity team, doing great job. So through this platform, a lot of masters are giving their voice to the general public. Yeah, thank you. Namaste.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much. And we will have
Sheetal?
few more.
There are some hand raises.
Sorry.
I'm going to take
Yes,
those hands.
sorry to interrupt. We have a hand raised. Sam is on call. Can we just connect with him, please?
Yes. So yes, friends, we'll stay here for another 5 to 10 minutes to take question and answers from everyone. So please be connected here. Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Sheetal. Thank you, Yash. Good evening, sir. I got to know about your family through Appaji sir. I worked from Appaji sir to Alekia up to Purvi. Except you, I think I know a lot of people in your family. I don't know how we missed meeting or talking or interacting. So it's a pleasure to have you on this platform. It's wonderful that Sheetal has accepted for coming up as a host with a very short notice, and she came up with wonderful questions. One question specifically to the, by the way, Hari also wants to say hi, sir, from Australia.
Oh.
How are you?
Oh,
we are
both of you
just
are at one
back from
place.
a Melbourne core meditation group meet, sir.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
I
a
know you.
wonderful-
I know you. No need of
Yeah,
introduction. Both of you are starlights.
No, not because as you and the Dhyana Kutumba is. I keep telling, I keep cracking jokes to PCS sir and everyone that one day I want to do a big program without even a single member from Dhyana Kutumbam. That will be a great achievement, which is impossible. Jokes apart, sir, one thing I have observed as a meditation teacher from a very long time, that people who learn meditation from us, they tend to create a certain level of dependency on us. Like they look at us like, the source of all solutions. Usually, the initially beginners, but for doctors, that problem will be even more difficult. For example, for other meditation masters, it's like you have to give them only spiritual solutions. But people with health problems, they'll expect a doctor who is a meditator to give solutions from both medical side as well as the spiritual front. So the dependence of those masters on masters like you is very, very high. So how do you handle that? I was very, very curious to know from a doctor's perspective, sir.
Yeah. So, because I know you very well, I will try to answer at your level only. Okay. There are certain levels of answers A to Z. See, as you know very well, we can differentiate the people. Okay. So leave about that external patient shape, leaving that one. The people can be categorized either followers or disciples. There are only two ways, right? So the moment we realize that they are a kind of follower identity, then immediately the way to deal with them from the day one will be something different. And whenever we feel that they are like disciples kind of picture, the soul capacity or whatever, then we try to deal with them in a different way. Whenever you got a disciple, even though it take 3 years or 5 years or 10 years even, we try to carry them, because one day or other, it's like seeing a butterfly in a caterpillar, and you try to withstand, and then you try to carry him like until he becomes a butterfly. So that is where it is a kind of testing for our patients, but we know one day it is a butterfly. But whenever it comes to a followers, there is a mechanism, there is a hierarchy, a standard methods. So just they have to follow those lines, and then they are also happy. Okay, whatever the fixed patterns that we have created, okay, whether you call it as a subordinate management, or the material that you create, or the regular programs that we create, so they will go in those lines, and automatically they will get their own benefits. But for disciples, of course, so there it looks like, at times it looks like a strong dependency. At times we enjoy that that combination with the shishya or whatever you call. At times definitely it is very painful even, but because we have a projection in mind as a butterfly, we take it as a happy note, and then we try to continue with them. So this is in general the spiritual way of answering and dealing with the things at a core. But after reaching a point in meditation and with the projects and all everything, so whatever we create, the subordinate system, that will automatically take away a lot of the dependency, and slowly they will realize. And from the day one, Patriji, we are happy to say that he taught us how to make the people completely individual on themselves, right? So that's why till today, we always try to follow that wisdom path, definitely. And through wisdom, one can make themselves completely independent, and no longer they depend on the guru. That is what the spiritual tablet system and counseling will try to develop. And I'm very happy to develop a lot of masters like that in the last 25 years. Now today, they don't even care about me. Happily, they live on their own path, understanding the wisdom principles. But practical grounds to conclude this, when it comes to the psychological problems, as you put the word patient, psychological cases, definitely there is a mismatch, even though we know all these things. So once we got to the patient means day and night, we don't have the sleep, obviously. Anytime they may call us. So that's why for that, definitely we need an environment to deal these cases. Of course, mild amount of psychiatry, it is okay. But when it comes to moderate and serious, definitely we need an environment. So that's why as of now, we are a bit far from those areas. Whenever we identify such cases, we are not so smart in those areas. But rest of all the areas, definitely we are able to manage with this formula, whatever we developed. But in those areas, we need an environment, a holistic center we need. There really we can give a complete result for them without paying for the master as well as the student, I can say. Yeah.
One more question, sir. You must be, I'm sure you are aware of the Louise L.'s The Alchemy of Healing, where she lists out the list of the diseases and the reasons, and the list of the psychosomatic causes that are corresponding to those problems that people are facing. In your experience, and how much have you seen that that particular list, which is given by Louise L.? That psychosomatic reason, whatever psychological reason is it accurate, sir? And can we go by that?
200%. 200%.
Okay.
And
Right. Yeah.
my humble pronouns to Louis A in this regard. Until certain point, the health and spirituality junction is like just understanding the chakras, balancing the chakras, and then through that one can heal. It's all energy science. She is the first lady who came forward, a great master with a wisdom principles. And of course, in spiritual tablets, today we have developed around 525 spiritual tablets. We have our own reasons for each and every illness. Apart from Louise A, what she developed, that also we consider. And for that reason, we have added 10 reasons. I'm very happy to say that. Going through lakhs and cases, we developed our own wisdom in the body part manner, based on the disease, based on the object science, based on the dream, based on the coincidences. We developed very extensively. And parallelly, we observe the Louis A patterns as well, and 200% they are successful. Yeah.
Wonderful. One on a lighter note, these days the gadgets are also called as tablets. Do you have any idea of changing the spiritual tablets to any new name?
Yeah.
Easy, sir. That's not a serious question. Hari wants to say something. Yeah.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Very
Yes,
glad
yeah.
to meet you on this platform.
Yeah.
I have I don't know if you're taking a lot of time. I have one question that I've always wanted to ask you, but haven't got a chance. So see, India, for example, our country is mostly belief and culture driven society. Okay, so we understand as Indians, some concepts we basically that the science is within our cells, that when the concept is given, we by default understand many things. But now we are doing the Dhyan Jagat work. When we are doing Dhyan Jagat work in the Western community, it is science-driven society. And that too, not just science-driven, authorized science-driven society. Like science has to be authorized as well for these people to do anything, even to eat a vegetable, to what's healthy, what's unhealthy, what's good, what's bad. Everything is authorized science-driven. So, as a medical doctor, how do you think that we should approach this Western society with authorized science? And have you put in any efforts from your side in contributing to this authorized science from spirituality point of view?
Yeah, it's a very good question. In a simple way, I can answer this. Definitely, as you said, leaving this East and West terminology, I can say developing countries and developed countries. This is how I categorize. In developing countries, all stigmas, belief systems, and the absolute truth, surrendering to the God, all these things will be there. In the developed countries, it's more of like scientific orientation. So definitely, to reach the developed countries, one has to start from the case studies. Coming to the health aspect, I'm saying like, starting from the case studies, we have to do the random control trials and all sorts of research job we have to do. Without doing proper research and research papers, from the health aspects, we cannot enter into the people. So the reason after coming here, I can say the nature pushed me to work on the permanent meditation channels project. The PMC channels means it is only just giving the guru wisdom. It does not need any kind of scientific approach, where we are giving the technique and then teachings and daily meditation platform. Parallelly, I am working on the research aspects. We are trying to develop a lot of case studies, and now we are trying to get into a kind of research with the Kuwait hospital, like a random trial we are trying to do. So similarly, there are a lot of plans already in place, and the team is working to develop the research activity. So through that research activity only, we can reach the eminent people. People will got convinced, and then they will start following it. So similarly, whatever the Western related degrees that are there, so those qualifications also we have to attain. And then parallelly, whatever the work we are doing in developing countries, it has to be documented in a proper way. Then only we can reach. And coming to the culture, every area has got its own culture. So if we get into that culture stuff, parallelly we can give whatever the content we have with us. Apart from this research work for the health grounds, I see more of development through the spiritual cultural programs. It is very easy to connect to the people in their own cultural grounds. We can pass on the message, whatever we have. So that's why in one way, developing the spiritual cultural programs, the other way, the research activity, the both will automatically will give the message to the people. That is how we can connect in the developing countries. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I'm looking forward to see more work and results around the research oriented work that you have That because
that is-
that's
that is-
going to be the key for
Yeah, that is-
many of us to take this forward in the international community. So looking
Yeah,
forward.
that's why last time I surprised when Pari asked me to develop 40 case studies by the next year. When you come to DMC, I want to see at least 40 case studies from Spiritual Tablet Foundation. You are doing great job, but it should come in a documentation process like in a. So I'm surprised. So that is how because she is there in USA for more than considerable period. So she understood how the Western people will think and the developed countries how we can go. So it's a good target. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks,
Yeah.
sir. Much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasant memory in Dallas Mega Meditation Summit, but that you, myself, Hari and Pari, we shared the stage for the panel discussion. It's so good. And on this occasion, I would like to announce we are coming up with a My Time 33-day program, the season 2 of it, starting from meditation day to yoga day, in which I request you to again give your time and from the health point of view, share your researches. And of course, we are going to meet in Raleigh. And
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
yeah,
much.
I request Sheetal, I request Omega Pyramid Sharma ji to come up and just then conclude the session. Thank you so much.
Sir, thank you, sir. I have been following spiritual tablets and your sessions. I read your books. And today's session is so amazing. So a lot of new things are there from which we can take from this takeaways from this session. So in Dallas, so we are going to build a mega pyramid, Omega pyramid. We are calling it as Omega pyramid. So last 2 weeks back, PCS sir came to Dallas and he visited so we got the land also. We did the Bhumi Puja. So he visited the land and so we did the meditation and he got the message that this Omega pyramid is going to be a bridge between South America and North America, because it will bring all the ancient knowledge from South America to North America. So that is a message he gave. And you have been in PSSM for more than 2 decades. And so you might have worked with any mega pyramid projects, because this is a mega pyramid we are coming up in Dallas. So I wanted to take your inputs on this and your advices.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for the entire team. And I came to know when I came to Dallas, then I came to know about this project. And recently, I understood the stages where exactly you're operating. And when I saw your milestones, really I'm surprised how greatly these people are acquiring the land in so and so time. And then first phase of construction, second phase, looking at all the steps, really I admired the way how you have designed all those things. And exactly are falling in the same lines in execution also. I am very happy for the great developments that are happening in Dallas. And yeah, sir, definitely we meet in another occasion and then we discuss further on that for giving this great opportunity. And thanks all the team, PMC English and Infinity Group and the Dallas Pyramid as well. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody. With this power-packed session, we come to the conclusion of this wonderful session. Thank you, Dr. GK. And I would like to thank Meditation Magic, Omega Pyramids, Shambhala, Breath Universe, PMC English, and IFSS. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you all. Thank you, Sheetal.
Thank you. Thank you, Sheetal.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.